Just a little bit bored here, so I'm gonna pour some rubbing alcohol into the back end of this aluminum can, and then I'm gonna set it on fire. I don't know why, but this always amazes me when I see it. Okay, this is isopropyl alcohol. There are some rubbing alcohols that are ethyl alcohol as well. Okay, I'm gonna put this bottle a safe social distance away from the experiment, and there we go. I'm always amazed at how cleanly that burns and how it doesn't seem to it seems to burn very high despite the small amount of alcohol. Um, when I was a kid, I used to love to play with fire. We had a fireplace in my family's home, and I used to burn all sorts of stuff in there. We would be burning some wood, and I would throw some papers in there, and it drove my mom crazy because it made a mess in the fireplace. I would burn entire boxes of matches. And eventually, after I learned chemistry and I learned how to make some explosive chemicals, I burned all sorts of shit in there. One of my favorite was an oxidizer called sodium chlorate, which I learned to make with electrolysis. So when you electrolyze sodium chloride, table salt, depending on the temperature, right? If you do it at room temperature, it makes bleach, right? Which I recently did actually because I needed a small amount of chlorine bleach. But at high temperatures, if you're boiling the sodium chloride as you're electrolyzing it, it makes sodium chlorate. And actually, potassium chlorate works even better, but I didn't have access to potassium. Anyways, so there's a little bit of liquid left. That's probably the water that, because the alcohol was 70%. Not to mention, when you burn alcohol, it also makes water. Um, I wish I had some pH indicators so I can show you that's water and not alcohol. Uh, so I would make sodium chlorate, and then I would uh, boil it out of the solution, and then I would stuff it into a phone book or something with lots of paper. I would stuff it in there, and I'd put it in the fireplace, and I would light it on fire. Shush! The whole book would disappear. Unfortunately, it took weeks to make a small amount of sodium chlorate, which would disappear in 3 seconds. That was the disappointing part. One time I tried to make a larger amount of sodium chlorate. I went outside and I put an extension cord into the solution. I plugged it in. Instantly, it made so much chlorine gas that I couldn't go unplug the cord. I had to go to the basement to turn off the circuit breaker, and it made a mess in the area in front of our front door. And after that, my parents took away all the chemistry books and materials from my room because they didn't think I was being safe with it. I don't know. I love explosions. I got really excited when I was watching all the rioting. I mean, I don't like my town being destroyed, but I love the chemistry behind the explosions that were going on. Thanks for watching.